Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and you might have noticed we're outside, hooray! So I haven't been outside for quite a number of weeks, so we're going to have a nice relaxing stroll around the place. It's a nice bright sunny day, so why am I wearing a coat? I do not know. I do not know why I'm wearing a coat. I do worry a little bit sometimes. You know, if you've ever got onto a bus and you see like really old people all wearing coats for no reason. Maybe I'm becoming one of those. Now I've got to edit already because someone's coming. Bum. Yes, there is a bit of the risks of filming outside. You get good runs and you get bad runs as well. Yeah, very sunny. Well, I hope you are well. As we know, this channel is all about trying to defeat stress. It all hits us in different ways. We tend to, well, no, I do have good spells and bad spells. So if you're going through a bad spell, well, hopefully the channel can lift you up a little bit. We do live streams once a week when I can fit them in. I'd like to do a few more. I get a lot of comments, normally from people not subscribed to the channel to be fair, asking me to do more videos and more stuff and more systems that I don't even cover. But you know, I can't. I've had to stop answering those because there's just so many. And some people get, not subscribers, get so annoyed and wound up when I can't do them. But anyway, what can you do? But yeah, hope you are well. We're going to go for a nice walk. Apologies that there wasn't a Friday chat last week, and the members video was a bit scaled down. It was more like a post rather than an actual video. I hate it when that happens, but I have to work as well at a supermarket, and yes, hopefully that won't always be the case. Not that it's a bad job, it's quite easy compared to what I was doing, but you know, I feel like yes, I don't know what the words are to say it diplomatically, but anyway, I quite like the job. I like the people I work with. What I like most about it really is because I'm on a checkout. My aim is always to try and defeat stress and help other people as well, if I can do. You can't help everyone, not everyone wants to be helped. But some people doing their shopping, it's quite obvious that they're not really here to do their shopping, they're just here for a talk, they're not out much. So it's a tricky balance between talking to people and making the supermarket not fill up with people. But I do enjoy the challenge. I'm a happy checkout person, so if you come through me, hooray! Yes, why am I talking about checkouts? This is a Friday walk. It might be getting a bit noisy now as we go through to the road, but intersperse it with like nature shots and all that sort of malarkey. For those people into your tech stuff, I'm filming this with the normal kit lens that's come with a Mark II Canon camera. I have got a 16mm Sigma lens for indoor work, but I might experiment later down the line outside as well. It gives you a wider field of view, but I think the outsides might be a little bit blurry. So let's get walking. Big noses. No, I say that as a bit of banter. I don't really think you've all got big noses. We're the team. Let's go. As I walk along with this camera, this isn't a gimbal I'm using, although I called it a gimbal once. Basically, it's just a small handle that screws into the bottom of the camera. So, you know, gimbals are a bit more expensive. What I might try and do, we'll come to the members a bit later on, but if you remember, there wasn't a video last week, apologies there as I said, but I might experiment coming out here again with a tripod. Yeah, I know, I'm gradually bringing out more and more machinery. So I might experiment bringing out a tripod and set that up somewhere where no one can see me, and just see if that's a bit more stable as well. It's all about learning about filming and different camera angles and all that sort of stuff. I know when I watch TV now on films, I'm more seeing the different camera angles and styles used. So yeah, for the members video on Sunday, I'll probably set up a tripod somewhere, and hopefully I'm not run over by people or elephants or anything else. I don't know how long you've been subscribed to this channel, but hopefully you can see I'm gradually improving it. Yes, I don't want to be one of those channels that, it might seem like that from the outside, that just uses the same tech for years and years over and over again, which I don't suppose matters too much for retro gaming. That's something that might not bother you. You might just like the person that you're watching on the various channels you do watch, but I try and at least try and move with the times to give you as much as I possibly can, which hopefully comes across. Especially for the members there as well. I want to offer you as much as I possibly can, because if you're supporting me, I want to at least provide something and not go to sleep. But there we go. So hope you've enjoyed watching the videos this week, the game reviews. As usual, we do 6, so no matter how badly my time goes, those ones are never ever affected. The ones that seem to be most affected are these like outside sort of videos, which take a little bit more editing together. So I'll give you a bit of a recap of those in case you haven't seen those or you want to track those down. So I just swap hands here. Now if I get a gimbal, it's going to be even more heavy. So I need to go down the gym or something instead of being like an 8-stone weakling. Okay, so a bit more shadow there, but sometimes the image on the viewfinder is not the image on the actual video. That's something I've learned as well. Anyway, let's go back here. There's less light here. Nick, what are you doing? I don't know. Well, that's even worse. Yes. All right, okay. What did I say about slowly getting better? I don't know. Okay, so we did, on the Saturday, this is due to recommendations. On the ZX Spectrum, there's 2 ZX Spectrum games, as we always do. There's Rescue on Fractalus. There's some coming up the path then. As Rescue on Fractalus on the 128K. Basically, it's really cleverly coded. You're flying over a jagged landscape, which someone said in the comments, which I can see looks about like the landscape in the film Alien on that green computer. Basically, you must land, pick up down pilots, and not get blasted by aliens. The clever bit is to try and make sure that they get aboard before you take off, otherwise they'll die. So they need to get in the airlock. It's quite a tricky game. Well, for me, a lot of games are tricky for me. That doesn't mean much, me saying that. What's all this beeping going on? Yes, so further you get, the more things are shooting at you and the more aliens there are. I think later levels, which I didn't experience, when you pick up to get a down pilot, there might be an alien standing there instead. So that was a real cool game, Rescue on Fractalus. The other one we looked at was, well, 3D vector polygons. My favourite games of these are probably 3D Star Strike and Star Wars, but it's good to see this early one, and it was early. Dimension Destructors. Basically, you're flying through space and all of a sudden you're ambushed by a load of aliens, which are basically vectors. First of all, it's just normal meteorites, and later on you have to destroy like cyan X-wing looking things, and the further you get, it's like a survival game. You have to destroy about 4 or 5. There's a caterpillar hanging off the camera. I don't know why I commented on that, but it seems like a strange thing. Did they say about aliens early on? Maybe it's a face hugger. That'll be a good end to the video. The other game we looked at on the Spectrum was meant to be 3 a week, 2 on old school and 1 homebrew. This was Akane by Hicks. We already looked at The Goblin by Hicks, which was a really, really cool game, as my notes almost blow away. This is very similar to Ninja Poison, but it adds another like a dimension. You've got to collect the potion to make your energy keep going up or else you die. There's objects to collect. It's quite a nice game. Akane, not to get mixed with a game just called Kane, which was a western back in the day. So yeah, hope you like those Spectrum ones. I know ZX Spectrum is the thing we put up the most, and most of the people here like ZX Spectrum stuff, but you've got your Commodore 64 as well. I don't think I'll do Amstrad CPC. I think we're already overloaded on that, so you know who you are. Stop requesting it over and over and over and over again in messages, because I just won't be doing them for the time being. Thank you. On the Commodore Amiga, we looked at quite a stinker of a game, the Carl Lewis Challenge. You remember those joystick waggling games back in the day? Daily Thompson Decathlon, Hyper Sports, Brian Jacks to a degree, although that wasn't as good as those other 2. Always better in 8-bit, but this one struggled. It's by Psygnosis. The graphics are excellent. Sounds not too bad, but it plays awfully. There's a management mode if you can be bothered to have a look at that, but there's 3 control methods, which made me think that they couldn't decide which control method was the best, and each one is awful, and I struggled to get even the qualifying times and so forth, and every athlete looks like Carl Lewis. There's no deviation. So you might want to look at that video for a laugh, but I certainly wouldn't track it down or buy the thing. And the last game, oh no, there's two more games. One I wasn't very good at, again. It's a fighting game on the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, which a lot of people are skillful at. You have to put in the time, really, to learn the special moves, which I didn't. So I was more an advocate of Street Fighter 2 then, where you could fluke something pretty good. This is Mortal Kombat 3. All your usual players are there. It evolves a little bit from the second one, although that guy's not coming on saying toasty all the time. Yeah, If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, you'd like this. If you struggle with those first two, you might think, let's play Street Fighter 2 instead, which is a bit easier on the old settings. Graphically, it's good. Digitalised animation, I can't really fault it. And the Mortal Kombat series is very, very popular. Still going today. I think we're on Mortal Kombat 11, or are they working on 12? But anyway, good stuff. So it's more the traditional characters here, not like the modern ones. You get Robocop, the Terminator, the Joker, and all those fellas. And the last game is Formula 1, because the Formula 1 season has started, which I'll come to a bit later on in the video. On the Super Nintendo, F1 World Grand Prix, interesting. I think I prefer the pole position one they did, but this isn't bad either. I would recommend having a go at that. I wouldn't have been too bad back in the day playing this one. I think pole position might have been on Nintendo 64. I'll have to look that up again. That's why I might prefer it. Anyway, F1 World Grand Prix, pretty nifty game. So, you know, I hope you liked have a look at those if you did. If you didn't and want to track them down, please do so. Members each week see the members video, and you'll know what they're going up in advance. So thank you for your support there. If you want to support the channel, it's not compulsory by any means. If you can't afford to, don't worry about it. As I say, it's trying to beat stress here. We're all in different positions, but if you're on the bottom tier and above, that really will help. But yeah, there's a join button there, but don't worry too much about it. Just take it easy. I'm here to help, if I can do, even if you're not coming through my checkout, buying eggs or something. Right, here we go. I live in the southeast of England. Oh, I think I can hear some dogs barking. That's a bit strange. Maybe it's wolves. Maybe I'll be attacked, or maybe not. If the video is up, they probably did okay. Yes, I live in the southeast of England, and we've got some very strange weather conditions recently. I don't know if you're in the UK as well, or you've had strange weather conditions of yourself that you can boast about. But this is a little bit of an odd one. Sand. Sahara Desert sand. Now, I was just minding my own business. It started raining in the night, and apparently there was a load of Sahara Desert sand. All cars have been caked with it. They haven't been caked with cakes. All cars seem to be caked with the stuff. My back windows, this isn't a euphemism, my windows look very dirty indeed and need a bit of scrubbing. Now, I don't quite understand how this sort of thing happens, but apparently I'll try and be as basic as I can. Someone else might know a bit more about strange weather phenomenon. But in the Sahara Desert, which is a little bit distance away from here, dust particles picked up in the air because they were so light, went high into the atmosphere, wind pushed it over to the UK and elsewhere probably, and then it come down in rain, and it wasn't just a little bit of sand, it was a load of sand. And I think maybe it was on purpose from the car wash people. They maybe organised it to kickstart their business. Now, did you see anything like this or any strange weather phenomenon? I know in the 18th century somewhere it rained fish. We didn't get anything like that. It was just sand. When I look down the streets, it looks like a lot of cars have been on the Paris-Dakar rally. Yes. If you've got a better explanation, then explain. I need to wash the back windows before too long, because next week the clocks go forward an hour in the UK and God knows where else. I still don't understand why they don't do it. Wear a torch in your head. Yeah, they go forward in the UK. And if I got dirty windows, this isn't a euphemism, then it's still going to be dark inside. But anyway, it's getting lighter each time. So, you know, Sahara Desert. Nick, I'm going about deserts. If you put too many S's in desert, that's dessert. Write that in your notebooks. The noise you can hear in the background is probably geese. If I had a zoom lens, I'd try and get them, but I can't. Maybe I can save up for a zoom lens. But do you remember these videos where I used to do them on the old camera and you could hardly hear what I'm saying against the wind on the camera? If you want to see some of those old ones, do so and see the difference. We're moving forward, baby. Yes, McLaren. I wanted them to get a little bit better because they was battling with Ferrari for third place. But this season, whereas Ferrari have gone miles forward, McLaren have gone backwards. In the Bahrain Grand Prix, they come 13th and 18th, Lando Norris and Ricciardo. And yes, it pains me. Ferrari were first and second, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Now, Red Bull looked like they had the quickest car, but it wasn't reliable, and they've broke down. This week, we're going to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, which is a street circuit. So that circuit is going to be a little bit different, I would have thought. So we'll see if it was just a one-off, whether McLaren can go forward. But the regulations have changed massively, completely different cars, and I think I'm in for a whole load of pain. Last season it was, well, Lewis Hamilton still managed to come third place there, despite having not the best car. He's 15 points clear of Max Verstappen, and here's a stat for you. He was never 15 points clear of Max Verstappen for the whole of last season's championship. So what does that mean? I don't know. It means he's doing better than last year, despite not having a great car. George Russell, he's a different person, they're not brothers, come fourth, which is a pretty strong start for him. And the Haas team had a huge leap forward with Kevin Magnussen in 5th place, so hopefully they go a bit better. So Haas are now quicker than McLaren, it seems. What's going on? Is there any hope for McLaren going forward, as I look like a silhouette? Is there any hope for McLaren going forward, as I don't look like a silhouette? I don't know. Oh, anyway, this is going up on Friday. Qualifying will be tomorrow, and Sunday will be the actual race. If it's Ferrari 1-2 again with Red Bull pepping around, then it's Doomsville. But I want McLaren at least to get into the third quali there. So is it more doldrums, more bad news for McLaren going back? Man, Lando Norris, he's a great driver. I'm not sure about Ricciardo at the moment. He has flashes of his old self. Possibly world champion, but he needs the car. If McLaren are going backwards, generally they're quite slow in picking up when they're on a bad start. Don't happen to about this middle of the season. Yeah, so there we go. So thank you for coming on my walk with me. We're going to do shout-outs in a minute, but it's going to work slightly different because I'm going to do those back at home base. Yes, it's a multifaceted video, this one. I'm liking the look of this camera, it's going good. I need to take the other lens out as well. But yeah, members video I'll do a thing on my jiggy-jig. So this isn't the end of the video. Oh no, by means golly gosh. We're going to do a bit of a wibbly wobbly thing and go back to home where I do the shout out. So come on everyone, let's wibble wobble. Look folks, you didn't wibble wobble correctly. Let's have another go at the thing. Let's put this lens cap down. Right, 1, 2, 3, boom. There you go, that worked out a bit better, didn't it? Anyway, I'm at home now, but I'll stay. Oh, it's a bit echo in here. This is something, it's all about learning new types of stuff. But we'll continue on. Let's rest that there on my leg, that's a bit better. Right, so big thank you to the members. We're keeping this channel on the move. As I say, if you want to be a member, then click on the join button. It'll be greatly received. You get access to the members section and all new videos that are going up in the following week. I'll let you know in advance what they are going to be. So yes, big thank you to people that stayed with me for any length of distance. It is appreciated. Big thank you to everyone on the first tier and above. If you're on the first tier, that's only $1.99. So if you won't miss it, it could help me do extra things on the channel. As you say, last week there wasn't a Friday chat because I ran out of time having to work. So thank you. Now, if you're on the second tier and above, although I appreciate all the tiers, I can't emphasise that enough, I'll give you a shout of your name. Unless you don't want me to, then let me know. And anything that you're working on as well. So a big thank you this time round to Grey Hulk 2. Thank you, Grey Hulk. Also, Avenging Lettuce. Thanks, guys. David B73. Thank you very much, David. And to Dogs as well. Dogs. Thank you. I don't know why I mentioned you 3 times, but I know it seemed like we're going that way. A big thank you to Obed Brinkman. You're a top guy. And to Pete James too. Big thank you to Jason Arnott. Jason's got a site as well, YouTube site, Jason Arnott's Terrifying House on Obsession. Quality videos on there to a high spec. Well done, Jason, so check him out too. Thank you to GTB Films and also N. Barrett for your game suggestions. Also, I can't do all of them, but I do note quite a few of them down. Thank you to Ratty and Malad1. Thank you, everyone. And RZone1255. Thank you, RZone1255. Big thank you to Alf Fairweather. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated there. Honour being a friend of yours on the old Twitter box. Torque Marder and Nikki S. Thank you, everyone. All these people on the second tier, so thank you. Claire Johnson, thank you as well. Big thanks to What Ho Snorkers. Check him out on Twitch and YouTube also. John Roby and Jeffrey Searby. Thank you, everyone. And now the first of the shout-outs, well, the websites are there. If you're one of the other members who want you to shout out anything, just let me know either in the members section, or if you follow me on Twitter, Jenkins7Nick, and I can have a look at that as well. Do me a DM. But if your Twitter name is different to your YouTube name, let me know about that as well. Otherwise, I'll get terribly confused. Okay, so yes, Steve Norman, he runs RetroArcadia.blog. That's RetroArcadia.blog. Updates very, very frequently. I recently had a look at Rally Bike. It's a game on the arcade, a racing, top-down racer by the looks of things. Not a game that I've heard of. Also, as well, every week he has a resume of games you've been playing in that week. Well worth a look. Compare it to games that you're looking at. And there's a whole wealth of information now on that site. Quite a few blogs there. And I think there's going to be, much like myself, Steve does his content much in advance of when it does go up, so there's lots of stuff to look forward to there. Well worth looking at. It's going to be there for a long time to come, and it's only going to grow and grow and grow. So if you get time, comment on one of the videos or have a read of that. Blogs. Yeah, very, very, very detailed there. Interesting to see. You also looked last week, because I would have shouted this out last week, it also looks at a game called Mandarin on the Amstrad CPC, and the front cover of that looks a lot like The Mandalorian, but this is way before then, I think, so that's interesting to see as well. So RetroArcadia.blog, have a look at that. Big thank you, as usual, to Lemmy Barnett. Thank you, Lemmy. Also, Steve Q, thanks for all your great help through 2021 and 2022 as well. Couldn't have got to this stage without you, to be honest with you, so thank you very much. Your help has been absolutely outstanding, and here we are with a gradual equipment upgrade. Thank you. Big thank you to Phil Hill and Chono Baggy. Thank you, Chono. Chono's got a site. If you haven't been there so far, have a look. If you're into your cosplay, it's on Facebook. So if you've got a Facebook account, you can just quickly go there. It's facebook.com/copycatscosplay. That's facebook.com/copycatscosplay. And you can see all the latest pictures there from the group. They're based in the Midlands in the UK, but you don't have to be based in the Midlands to actually have a look at that, get some ideas and interact if you want to. So well done, Shono Baggy, for that. And the very skilled stuff that's coming out from that site. Big thank you as well when I get to also to Jason Holmes, also on the second tier. Thank you very much, you lot. Thank you. Also as well, there's 7 of you on the upper tier, which makes a huge difference. If I had 50 or 100 people like you, then, well, I'll be full-time straight away. But, I've got to keep putting up the content. I can't rest on my laurels. I've got to keep moving. I've got to keep updating. So thank you very much to SJab. Thank you for supporting me, SJab. You really cheered me up. So thank you, sir. Appreciated. Big thank you to Martin R. Thank you for your continued support, Martin. Always appreciated. Hugely. Also Colin Hode, thank you, Colin. Likewise, I know sometimes you watch some of the videos on the train to work, I think, so I always like your comments. You catch up with me on Twitter, I think, on to work anyway. Big thank you to Rossi Bossy. Rossi Bossy's working on Super 3D Pixel Grand Prix, which hopefully you know already if you follow me on Twitter or watch any of these. It's gradually coming together. It's upgraded the AI and doing the graphics as well. I do some of the voice work for it, Super Pixel 3D Grand Prix. So rossbossy.itch.io if you want any updates there, or follow him on Twitter and see any past projects he's done, such as Re-Enduro and Nifty Lifty 2, and I think there's other ones there as well. So a real good guy. Also, it's going to go from strength to strength. I mentioned time a lot in this video, and I think that's something for Rossi as well. So, you know, side projects that take over your whole life, but the more time you put in, the more time you got for development, but you got to balance it with your energy as well. So show that site some love. Well done, Rossi. Honour to be your friend, mate. Also as well, big thank you to Richard Mitten, based in California, I believe. But thank you for making some of the live streams. It does make a difference there. More people get in there, the better. If we ever get over 100, that'll be an amazing day. Massive thank you to Tom and also my friend Graham Vebke, based in Australia. There we go. So yeah, thank you for coming on my walk today. It was a little bit varied than this last bit inside. There's a few challenges. It's getting better and better with the camera lenses. This has been filmed again with a kit lens, but I'm in a different room just to see how it go. But I've kept the external mic on to keep the same. A bit of an echoey room, so you might notice a bit of a difference there, but I want to expose myself as much as possible because, you know, it's seeing over the problems, and the more videos you do, the more practice you do, the better you get. The members video I'm going to do on Sunday, I'll probably risk taking a tripod out with me to the woods. Always self-conscious when I'm carrying loads of equipment, but it's the way to go. Get over it already. So, we're all stress-busting, we always will be. Enjoy your weekend. Be a couple of ZX Spectrum videos that go up on the Saturday, and a couple on the Sunday as well. Members video will go up there as well, as I mentioned with the tripod thing. But until next time, we got outside again. Hooray! Until next time, take great care of yourself. As I say, if you're going through stress, we're all with you. And a very fond, I mean this, a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.